Hey guys, welcome back to Clover Mobile. In today's video, I think I found a really cool way that you can abuse the new gearing system to get yourself well geared early on. And I want to show you guys and show you the results that I've tested, and we'll do some more testing here. But it's pretty nice. What it is essentially, it allows you to cheese yourself into a bunch of UR gear. And because if you saw my drop rates from my previous video where I talked about gear farming, it looks something like this. So that was 8 times 3 runs. So that was like 24 runs. This was another 4 times 3 runs. So another 12 runs. And as you can see, you don't even get too much UR gear, let alone LR gear. The stuff is rare as hen's teeth. So we have this, if we go over into challenge and we jump in, they've got this pity system, which is a new system. But the way it works, you can abuse this system because you see this little arrow that it has next to the 80%. That means you got a probability up. And I want to read this and explain to you guys how this works to the best of my understanding. So when you battle in a dungeon for the first time, the remaining attempts do not go down. That means if you haven't cleared the dungeon and you clear it for your first time ever, it doesn't contribute to the turns. But essentially then it goes, if you obtain an R to UR gear upon clearing a stage, the remaining attempts decrease by 1. The fewer your remaining attempts, the higher the probability of obtaining higher grade gear. However, if you obtain an LR gear, all remaining attempts will disappear. Now, what this essentially means is, and the way it works, you start with 5. And when you do a dungeon run, your chance of getting a high grade gear, and that doesn't have to be LR gear, is you got a plus 20% chance of getting that. Then your second run, you got a plus 40% chance. Then your third run, you got a plus 60% chance. The second last run, you have a plus 80% chance. And then your final run, you have a 100% chance to get a high grade gear. And then it goes to 0 and you don't get any buffs anymore. But the thing that you can abuse it with is in stages 12 and earlier, the high grade gear is the UR gear. So if we go back over here and I show you guys, I just tested this. So as I could see, like these were my stage 15 runs where I wasn't really getting too much stuff. I just did one on part 12. You can see this here. It says part 12 and you can see these 2 UR pieces of gear both have the little blue up arrow, which is the same up arrow that occurs up here up the top. So they have been gained with that bonus. So essentially what that means is, and you won't do this forever. Once you got decent gear, you won't do this. But you can do 4 runs on stage 12. Probably do it on stage 11, even if you're struggling on 12. But you can do 4 runs on stage 12 and get that rate up on UR gear, and then jump into stage 15 and do your last one and get a guaranteed piece of LR gear, which I think is really, really nice for, like, you won't do it forever. Like I said, maybe the first week or so you can like get your units fully geared in UR, and then after that, all you need is LR. But because the drop rates on this stuff is so bad over here, even UR gear is so bad, this is a good way to just guarantee yourself some UR gear for not much stamina, and it's pretty much guaranteed. Like I said, it's not 100% guaranteed because we do have, your percentage chances. You got 20, 40, 60, 80. But normally you're going to get at least 2 URs in your 4 runs. You just got to be careful not to 3 times run the second one. So I did a 3 times run in the first one. Now I'm going to do a 1 times run, and that should net me, I got an 80% chance at getting a UR piece of gear. And then, like I said, the last one I'll do is on stage 15 because its high rated gear is LR, and I'm guaranteed an LR at that point. But the reason I don't do all the runs on stage 15 is because if that first 20% boost gives me that higher rate and it gives me the LR, it goes straight to 0, this thing. So let's do this. I want to show you guys. We're going to run here. We're going to go stage 12. We're going to do a single run. You're supposed to be over there. We're going to do a single run and we'll see what we get for the drop. I'm assuming it's an 80% chance at a UR piece of gear. We'll see how we go. We'll do this, we'll collect, and hopefully it works out to be right. But let's go in, and I'm just making sure I don't have the times 3 because I don't want to bone this, because like the LR drops are so low that I don't want to screw it and not get my free LR, because essentially that 100% one is just a free LR piece of gear for me every day. But what I'll do is I'll just cut and I'll come back at the end of this run so we can show you guys. Okay, here we go. Coming to the end of the run. Hopefully we get it. The more I think about this, the more I think you would do it longer term as well, because it's better gear to salvage, or whatever they call salvaging. I can't remember what it's called. But like, it's better gear to then salvage to get more resources. So I think it's not a bad idea. Should be UR, unless we get shafted. And there you go. We get another UR piece of gear with the radar. Oh, wait. There it is. All right, so we get another UR piece. It's got that arrow. So we got that with the rate up. So let's hit confirm. Get my ugly mug back on the screen. And we should have one left. See, we're now on 1 of 5, which means now we've got a 100% chance. So from those 4 runs that I did here on stage 12, I got 3 pieces of UR gear. I think that is incredible value for stamina. And I think even moving forward, the more I think about it, doing it for the salvage, like the higher grade salvaging, I think it's going to be great the whole way through. So I absolutely love that. But now what we're going to do is we're going to jump into stage 15. We're going to do this again. We're going to hit ×3 and we're going to boot through. And same thing goes here. We'll jump in. Yep. And we'll come back at the end. Dude, I gotta click the don't show again. And we'll come back at the end and we'll see. And I'm not even saying hopefully. We're guaranteed 1. Hopefully we get 3 LRs. But hey, that ain't happening because the drop rates are pretty bad. But this is where we get our guaranteed LR now. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. This should be a guaranteed LR. Hopefully we get 2 or 3. Let me move my head out the way. Let's see it. Let's see it. So there is our rate up LR piece of gear. Dude, I just want to get some attack pieces for my Yami. I cannot get it, but there you go. That is how the system works. We got our rate up LR. So I think that is something I will do indefinitely. I'll have to weigh up the value, but I think for the salvaging of equipment, the value is still worth it to spend that little bit of stamina, 4 runs worth of stamina going through that stage 12 to like get, hopefully on average you get like at least 2 to 3 pieces of LR gear. I think that's pretty, UR gear from doing that one with your 5 to 1, and then on your last one you jump over here into 15, you take your or you can like honestly do that last one in 13, 14 or 15 and guarantee an LR piece of gear. I think it's a great system. I think that's going to be incredibly valuable, and it's something I recommend doing at the moment, at least definitely now. If you look at my characters, for instance, where I'm at, I still need to gear out my characters in UR gear. So we got some SSRs still happening there. If we jump over here into we still got some SSRs happening there. Actually, we should be able to replace one of those now. Bunch of SSRs. And we got SR and a bunch of SRs. So SSRs. So I do need some upgrades. So at the moment, it's helping me upgrade my characters, but then it's also extra salvage value for not much stamina, considering how hard it is to get URs, let alone LRs. I think it is a great way to do it. So let's go take our new LR and slap it on you. Dude, wait. It's this one, isn't it? Okay, so we can unequip that. Give ourselves a bit of extra defense. Yoink, equip. And at the moment, I'm just stacking all the defense pieces here. So I might even have another UR that we can go ahead and slap on here. Let's take a look if we got a defense piece. We've already got the LR one of that. Where's defense? Defense? Any defense? We've already got the LR version of that as well. All right, so we still need to get some extra URs on him in some defense capabilities and stuff like that. So let me know your guys' thoughts. What do you think about this system? Would you use it? Are you going to use it? I think it is definitely worth it, especially when we jump over to Vanessa and we look at the idea of like, crafting gear or crafting accessories. If we go to gear, for instance, and you want to craft a piece and we want to go for these, if we look at using UR gear, if you use like 2 pieces of UR and then the rest you use as SSR, it's going to give you a 30% chance at crafting an LR piece of gear, which I think is quite reasonable to try and get LR pieces of gear. Now, I believe this is only one set. I can't remember exactly that you can get, but like I just think the value in those UR pieces of gear with the whether you're dismantling, whether you're crafting gear, whether you're crafting accessories later on, I think it's decent. We're going to go ahead and do one here. I'll just feed off these couple of things and we'll see if we can get ourselves an LR piece of gear. And I think it always gives you the immunity, but you can choose what stat. Obviously, I'm going for my attacking stats. So we go here and we hit craft. Obviously, if you do more UR piece, there you go. We got an LR piece. No, we're not just stuck to one. We do give different sets. That's all right. So we just got ourselves a crit magic attack piece, LR. Like, that's pretty decent. So if you don't have those extra URs, you can't get that stuff. So I think it's decent. Once again, let me know your guys' thoughts. I think it's worth getting those extra URs just for the crafting capabilities. Now, once again, what I did there, I relied on a 30% chance. But if you do put more of these bad boys in, let's put in more. See, these are some of the other ones that I've crafted. If we do that, and then we go over to here, or is it 30%? Is 30% the cap? Okay, so 30% is the cap. So we literally just have to play around with feeding 2 of these and them, and then just playing for RNG. So I think it's quite reasonable. I'll do more of a full guide on this stuff. I'm still not completely 100% across it all myself. So let's feed that. Let's feed that one. What are the UR? Let's feed that. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, now let's feed a bunch of these. I'll keep like 1 of each. I've done a fair bit of feeding, as you guys can see. So let's turf that. We can turf a couple of these. All right, there we go. Let's take this 30% chance again. See if we can win it on the LR. It's probably going to be a UR, but hey, there you go. We got some boots on the UR for some accuracy boots. But you know, magic attack. Hey, I'm a gambling man. I'm going to do some crafting. Anyway, that is my thoughts around it. Like I said, pretty much free UR pieces you're getting. It doesn't cost much stamina. Gets you more URs. Useful for other stuff. Useful for gearing your characters. Now, I think it's worth it. You guys let me know your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.